Hey guys, normally I don't really do unscripted videos like this that are just off the cuff, but I kind of needed to talk about this. I'm just going to address the levitating drama that happened earlier today. Billboard normally releases their Hot 100 Top 10 on a Monday along with some of the new entries into the chart. And they delayed it. It's currently Wednesday. This is the day they released it. And the reason that they did this was because they were implementing a new rule where they took away a bunch of mass bought streams. So if you don't know what the practice of mass buying is, it's the practice of just buying. It's basically what the title says. It's just buying a bunch of units of a song, so a song can reach a certain peak, or debut somewhere, or go somewhere anywhere on the charts. And this is what happened to an extent with Levitating. Billboard took instances of mass buying and they invalidated some of the streams for that. And they took out streams from countries that were in America that were using an American VPN because that would have counted toward America's sales and streaming totals. So that ended up taking a lot of units off of Levitating. And many people had Levitating debuting at number one. But because of this rule change, Levitating debuted at number two and Bruno Mars debuted at number one. And while I'm not a fan of the way they implemented the rule just so suddenly, I think they could have maybe had some time to just say that this rule was going to happen, or they could have announced it instead of making it kind of a surprise. I really do like that they did implement this rule because it was a rule that was needed. Mass buying had obviously been kind of an issue for a little bit. That's been like prevalent, especially in 2020. It's now 2021, but obviously in 2020, you could see it with all the number ones we had. Mass buying was sort of just an issue that would pop up. And, like, I'm just going to say, I saw a lot of people from, like, this little music critic community on Twitter kind of going crazy about this new rule. And all I'm going to say is I kind of like just got angry seeing that because I know for a fact that if this was any other artist, they wouldn't be complaining. If Because keep in mind, the people that are probably mad right now probably supported the termination of mass buying back in 2020 when Trolls was at the top of the charts. And look, I think that if that rule for mass buying was implemented back then, it would be a better thing. But just the fact that people be so hypocritical over a rule just because it's someone they love, like Dua Lipa, it's just kind of disheartening and just kind of angering. And that's just something I want to bring up in general. Just the idea that the music critic community just being so anti-stan. Like, I have friends that are stans, like, especially if you're on Discord, if you're in the Talk of the Charts Discord, there are a lot of stans there. And it feels that some people there want to, like, perpetrate, like, a stan war. Like, whether it be pro-stan or anti-stan, they want it to be one side. They want one side to be there, one side to be gone. And it's just very disheartening to see because like you have I know stans aren't like the greatest. Some stans like will dox or harass people who don't like other artists, but most stans are just peaceful people that want to live, that they just like an artist. And lumping those stans in with like the rest of the lumping the crazy stans in with the normal people that are just standing an artist, it's honestly kind of low, and I kind of lose respect for the people that do that because essentially you're just being kind of a hypocrite there. Because I know a lot of people hate stans because of the way stans have treated some of our favorite music critics, but we should realize that that's just a snapshot of a few stans. That's not an entire stan base. And I know some stan bases can appear more toxic than others, but let's just be real. Not every member of that stan base is a toxic human being. And it's just really just sad to see. Just this complete disrespect for anyone just because they like an artist. And just because that artist doesn't fit a grain, that means it's not right to like them. Just the entire anti-stan thing that's been perpetrated through this community has kind of made me sad, and I've been wanting to speak out on it for a while. I could just never think of the right time. But I think now is like the perfect time to talk about it, especially with how hypocritical some of the people are being in this community about the levitating sales issue. Because I know for a fact that if this artist wasn't Dua Lipa, if it was someone like, Nicki Minaj or Doja Cat or BTS or Ariana Grande or Justin Bieber doing this push, then people would have a much different reaction. Anyway, that's my little spiel. I just kind of want to get this off my chest. Peace.